Pro Wrestling Magic. Knights of Columbus in Ridgefield Park. Pro Wrestling Magic fans, I am longtime independent wrestling fan Robert. I made it through the ring. Pro Wrestling Magic's second year anniversary show was a great night of wrestling action. The night began with Ace Romero coming to the ring and issuing an open challenge, and it was answered by Kyle the Beast. These two huge men were so hard hitting, and kudos to Kyle for telling myself and everybody in the front row to get out of the way. And Ace hit some kind of a dive onto Kyle, and Kyle ended up sitting in my seat at that point. Eventually, Ace put Kyle the Beast down with a huge lariato for the 3 count. I don't know if Kyle was supposed to kick out of that, because it seemed to me like the referee hesitated to make a 3 count, or unless something went wrong. Next, we saw tag team action as the Crusade for Change, Darius Carter and TJ Marconi defeated the Down Boys. There was this one fan right near me screaming his head off for TJ throughout this matchup. And as a result of their victory, Darius and TJ are now part of the tag team tournament taking place on Saturday night, May 6th. Next up, we saw Juan Francisco de Coronado. Try saying that 3 times fast. He defeated the Coquille Kid, Sebastian Cruz. I sure hope Pro Wrestling Magic brings Sebastian Cruz back in the future. And hopefully other promoters book him as well. Great worker. Up next, we saw the God of Drivers, Everett Cross, defeat the lit future Sebastian Cage to retain the Dark Arts Championship. Sebastian Cage really had Everett going in this matchup, including an awesome Rewind Rana. Up next, we saw a match pitting Eddie McQueen against Joey Ryan. Now, in the early stages of the matchup, through the front door comes Pro Wrestling Magic's heavyweight champion, King of New York, EC Negro, and McQueen left the ring to go after him, and eventually it wound up a 3-way match. Negro ended up, it was a 3-way elimination match, which saw Negro pin Joey Ryan. At one point, Negro was about to put McQueen away, but out came JT Dunn, nailing Negro from behind, and McQueen capitalized with a DDT and got the victory. Okay, they went to intermission at that point, after that chaotic ordeal. Well, we had, it was time for an 8-man tag team match, as Kill the Magic, Aaron Bradley, Mike Donovan, Matty Ice, and Steve Off, accompanied to the ring by Johnny Malanga, or is it Malanga, as they took on Magic, Matt Sells, Triplicious, and Picture Perfect Ricky Martinez, who substituted for Hoost Traplash. Not sure why he was unable to appear for this matchup. It seemed like they were both, all 8 men were outside on the floor. The referee ruled the match a no contest. And Martinez put Malanga, or is it Malanga, in a headlock, brought him into the ring. Magic entered the ring. He wanted to do a number on Malanga, but Martinez super kicked Magic, and Sue pretty much has joined the Kill the Magic group, and Malanga took the microphone saying this is pretty much the end of phase 1 of trying to bring Pro Wrestling Magic down. Up next, it was time for the Danger Zone segment with Danger Jameson, and he said he had a problem with someone way before he got to Pro Wrestling Magic. It was none other than the Easter Bunny. All of a sudden, out comes Pinky Sanchez, hopping like a bunny, and Danger had a big fisherman's dog catcher type net he brought to the ring with him, and he tried to catch him and he couldn't do it, but then out comes All Good Anthony Green, and he tells Danger, oh, you think you're a stunt man, and he says to Pinky, you think you're the Easter Bunny, I came here to wrestle, and then Pinky challenged the guys to a dance-off, and all of a sudden, Hathaway's What Is Love starts playing. Most people would remember that song, not just from when it came out in 1993, but remember the Saturday Night Live sketch that Will Ferrell and Chris Kattan took part in it, ended up the movie A Night at the Roxbury, and everybody was trying to dance, and I think somehow they wound up getting Anthony Green to dance, and eventually the match got underway, and Pinky Sanchez defeated All Good Anthony Green and Danger Jameson. Next up, we had Rachel Ellering go one-on-one with Tara Calloway for the Undisputed Women's Championship. I don't know why you say it was undisputed, because Rachel won the belt last month from Sonya Strong, and of course Tara Calloway attacked Rachel and left the ring with the belt. And I don't know what sense it made to have both ladies come to the ring with a belt and then bring out a new belt. It was basically a draw when both ladies had their shoulders on the mat, and the referee counted both of them down, so say what they're going to do with that next. Up next, speaking of champions, it was time for the Tag Team Championship match, where Fit to be Tied, Mind Bender or Mind Reader Mike Braca, or is it Graca, and Smiley, they were coming to the ring only to be attacked by the Amazing Graysons, and Adam Payne had his hands on Trixie. And this was a very good matchup. Eventually, the Graysons, I think the referee got knocked down at some point, and Adam Payne did a number on both Smiley and Graca, or is it Braca? And the referee came back in the ring, made the 3 count, enabling the Graysons to hold on to the Tag Team Championship. The main event was about to get underway. We was about to see JT Dunn go one-on-one with Limitless Keith Lee. Just as the match was ready to get underway, the King of New York, AC Negro, comes out wearing a front row VIP wristband and sits front row with the people to watch this match. Very competitive matchup, which saw Limitless Keith Lee defeat Death by Elbow JT Dunn. And, I believe, actually, during the match, at one point, Dunn went outside of the ring, attacked Negro, who was in the front row. And, looked like Keith Lee and Negro was having a bit of a stare down. I forgot what Keith did to Negro. But Keith and Dunn embraced in a respectful way. Keith then took the microphone and said he would be back at Pro Wrestling Magic on Saturday, June 17th. And he said has challenged American Nightmare Cody Rhodes to a match that night. Gotta stay tuned for that to see if Cody answers the challenge, or if Cody will even be able to do the show. Personal notes time. A huge thank you to Bill Parham, who came all the way from Connecticut, for getting me a front row seat for this show. Great seeing Shane Fair. Who else I can remember? Julian and Susie. Oh, man. I have to say, there was one memorable quote. Nice shirt, bro. Rachel Ellering, when she noticed me in my Road Warriors t-shirt. For those wondering, Pro Wrestling Magic returns Saturday, May 6th with a tag team tournament. I forgot the name of it. And also, they'll have a show on June 17th where Keith Lee will be appearing. As far as this show I'm mentioning was very good, I'm wondering why Swoggle and Jordan Grace were unable to make this event. I did see Sonya Strong in the bill. She was scheduled to appear, but I guess maybe she was going to wrestle Jordan Grace one-on-one. There's one thing I want to say to all the fans of Pro Wrestling Magic. I wish we could have like a big group picture together, like I do with the group that I'm part of. We're known as the Crew in the New York City area. You know, maybe something to remember each show by. Also, wish I could have a fan of the product, because for those of you who may not know me, I've been doing these recaps for a number of years now for every promotion I support. It would be nice to have a fan to do it right after the show ends, but I imagine it may not happen due to due to the fact that, when the shows are over, people are tired, everybody was leaving, people either they want to just go home and sleep, or go get something to eat, go eat somewhere, or go drinking. But I don't know if that could ever be possible. But I will say, unfortunately, I will not be making the aforementioned two upcoming shows Pro Wrestling Magic has. I definitely will be back for a future show. I just hope the company keeps going on. Oh, I forgot to mention. I brought my megaphone with me, but sadly I was drowned out by the crowd, so that's why no one could really hear me use it. And also, the 2 Club was in full effect. Great to see. This was really a really fired up, passionate crowd for this show. So definitely, oh boy, what else can I say about this? Well, yeah, I forgot. King of New York, EC Negro, after announcing like a few days before the show he wasn't going to be part of the company anymore, and he shows up, basically everybody has been duped. So, definitely, the Pro Wrestling Magic continues on and on.